Hey there, I hope you are doing really well. I would like to talk about a topic, and that is ego sense of self versus soul sense of self. Because there is a major difference between the two. And there's a major difference between whether we are living from our ego sense of self or from our soul sense of self. Um, because our ego is what you call a self concept. And if we look up in the dictionary what a concept is, that's described as an idea. Actually, it's described as an abstract idea, which I found really funny. Because when you think about your ego as an abstract idea, then it becomes quite hilarious. At least maybe it's just my sense of humor, but well, anyways, let's move on. So the ego is basically an idea that you have created about yourself based on your experiences in this life so far. And then you identify with that idea and think that this is you. So that's basically a very short description of the ego. Then there's also the soul sense of self, which is a completely different type of thing. The soul sense of self is not something that you can arrive at by thinking. The ego you construct up here. The soul sense of self is not constructed up here, and you can't connect to it from up here. You have to connect to it through energy. And it is something that is living within you already. I mean, no matter whether you're connected to it or not, it's within you. It's within every living being. And when we connect to this is when we start really hearing our soul calling so deeply, when we start being guided from a much bigger intelligence, a much bigger consciousness than the one we hold in us. And it is really who you truly are, and not the self-concept that you have invented. And a good way to kind of figure out whether you are living from your soul sense of self or from your ego sense of self is whether or not you are able to accept, if you are able to sit with whatever situation is unfolding in front of you. Not meaning that we have to be passive and just let everything happen. And not take any actions in terms of if we feel like whatever is unfolding in front of us, if that's out of alignment with our truest, deepest soul sense of self, then obviously we should take, actions to move in a direction. But we cannot control the situations that are unfolding in front of us. We actually have extremely little control. Like, we like to believe in our ego sense of self, we like to believe that we are in control of what's happening. And this is also why sometimes when we are living from our ego sense of self, it becomes extremely difficult to accept reality as it is. When I used to be super identified with my ego, I know that I also used to contort reality into something that it was not. But that was it was a self-protection mechanism to kind of make the situation be in a way that I could, so that it would fit basically the narrative of my ego sense of self, so that it wouldn't bruise my ego sense of self. So I wouldn't see reality as it is, as it's unfolding. I would start contorting it to something that would fit my narrative. And this is extremely dangerous. It's a dangerous path to be on, because we start creating a reality that is non-existent. And we do that as a self-protection mechanism, basically because we are not able to hold ourselves through whatever reality we are faced with. And again, we are not in control of the situations that are unfolding in front of us. Every situation, there's like whatever situation is unfolding in front of you right now, there's like a million other things that needed to happen in order for that specific thing to happen the exact way that it is in front of you right now. And all the prior things we had no influence on, or a lot of times we don't. Maybe we had a little teeny fraction, but we have this illusional idea that the majority, we control the majority, when in fact it's such a teeny minute minority that we are able to control within the situations that are unfolding in front of us. It is like a series of events that takes place in order for that to happen and unfolding the exact way that it is. But when we start being able to be deeply rooted and connected in our soul sense of self, in our soul, in our essence, in our core, when we are deeply connected here, deeply connected to a greater consciousness than what exists within you. And we can do this through energy work. When we are here, then it doesn't matter what is unfolding in front of you, because you're able to sit right here through this, within it, see it for what it is, and then take conscious decisions about which direction to move in, because we don't necessarily just need to accept everything that is just unfolding in front of us. We can put boundaries, we can take action in a certain direction that if it doesn't align with our true sense of self. But it's very difficult making the right choices and taking the right conscious actions if we are contorting the truth to fit a narrative that soothes our ego sense of self. Then it's like we are creating decisions, making decisions on false information, basically, because the way that we have contorted the truth within our mind is no longer reality. It's some version of reality, but it's not reality. It's not what's happening right now. It's something else. So I really just wanted to point this out, that there's a huge difference between identifying or being in your ego sense of self versus your soul sense of self. And that you cannot connect to your soul sense of self through the mind. It is something that requires deep energetic work to really connect deeply with this soul sense of self. And it's present in everybody. It's just not everybody that is connected with it or that feel this connection with soul sense of self. So I hope this brought a little bit of food for thought. And I wish you all a beautiful day.